Thank you, my friend. I'm so happy to come back and do another live stream. I'm letting you guys know that as I enter into this universe of YouTube and putting myself in front of the camera, behind the camera, and getting you guys really good experiences with mirroring and nature and energy, I'm understanding that there's different ways we could do this, that by offering you live streams for a little while, those other movies, the little 10-minute, 7-minute movies I'm making are amazing to do, and they take a lot. They're 7 minutes long, so they're like the feature film. But here's sort of the practice. This is like the class here. And this is a great way for people to come back and practice mirroring with me on different topics that you could keep coming back to the recordings of these live streams anytime to refocus on the affirmations and the energy and the practice and the way of thinking that you can about, important topics for all of us. And adjust this a little bit. So in this case, the topic is about when it's difficult to make peace with our past. I know that there's a reason why I was drawn to heal. There was a reason why I'm still healing. And there's a reason why I feel confident in being in front of you, offering a structure and ideas and stories and practice that allow us to collaborate on a healing together. And so in that regard, I'm certainly admitting that trauma has been very much a part of big parts of my childhood and parts of my adulthood. And that our past is such an opportunity, really, to sit with whatever we've gone through. Certainly, I could sit with and go, oh, who's had it as bad as me? Well, some, maybe not everyone. And it was rough. Life is rough for a lot of us now. The point is that our ability of how to focus our minds and understand thinking practices give us a lot into how we're creating ourselves, so that whatever the past is, that there's a moment of now that we are creating new understandings of our own past and new believable feeling places about our past, almost a sort of movie of our past that allows us to see things differently and allows us to have a sort of a sense of creating something new out of all of it. And so I'm hoping that today we could do a little bit of that. And I wanted to share about my own core teacher in my life, Alejandro Jodorowsky, 95 years old, from Chile, lives in Paris, one of the most foremost avant-garde surrealistic filmmakers in cinema history, a therapist and creator of an art of therapy called Psychomagia, for which he made a documentary film, and an expert in tarot. And what I learned from him recently, and I got to meet him once, and I've been studying his work for decades. In his 80s, he's 95, in his 80s, he made a series, 2 so far, and then I think he turned the third act, the trilogy, into a book, if I'm correct, that just came out. But anyway, these movies took him back to Chile, where he was from in the early 1900s, where he was poor, where he was made fun of for being Jewish and having a big hook Pinocchio nose, where he was an immigrant, where he didn't feel like he belonged, and where he was living in a very intense and forceful and unloving, and certainly from early on abusive household. So it was very suffocating for him. and very painful. But these films that he made gave him an opportunity in his 80s to use art in order to take his past and transform it through the creating of the art and the sharing of the art with the world. He was able to do powerful things. His son, who is a actor in his own right, Brontis Jodorowsky, played his abusive father, an act as Jodo, as I call him, a lot of people call him, of psychomagic, meaning an action that allows us to shift the way our deeper knowing, our subconscious knowing, understands a concept. So instead of seeing his past as his painful father, he saw it as a filmmaker with his son taking the risk of playing his father and creating an expression out of that painful role. He took the role of his mother, who he saw as unable to love and silenced. Her voice was silenced, and always wanted to be an opera singer. Well, the role that she played, she sang all of her lines. The actress who played his mother in this biographical movie from the past sang operatically every line. So it was if Jodorowsky was able to create something new by giving his mother's voice in a cinematic act that affected everybody who made the movie, that affected everybody who's watched the movie, anybody who connects to the movie, that the knowing that and thinking about their own past can really expand the mind into what you can create from your past in a way that I'm hope that today will give you peace. So in the next few minutes, we'll start doing some mirroring where I'll offer you affirmations that you will mirror back as if you're the one announcing them. I'm just feeding you the lines and offering you these affirmations in a kind of cosmically generated order towards the best effect, really to the effect of being able to sort of generally connect to what one might feel when you don't have peace with your past, and to be able to offer affirmations that bridge the gap towards a new perspective of the past and an opening to a larger expansion of yourself that may bring you peace. And simply by following my affirmations that I offer you in mirroring. So you could practice now. I can offer you an appreciation. You could say this out loud. Michael right now is my collaborator, and this means mirror that back exactly as you heard it. So mirror it back. Good. And you could say, Michael appreciates that I'm here practicing, and then mirror that back. So right through the screen, just like we could always dream that we want to enter the screen, what you're doing is having an interactive healing relationship with me for the moment, where by mirroring back what I'm offering, that you're going to go on a little bit of a journey that will help you to maybe, feel that kind of release, expression, expansion, revisioning, opening doors, opening the mind about your past in just a few minutes. So let's practice. And so everybody taking a breath. And as we're going to begin entering our mirroring practice, glad that you're here. And again, mirror the affirmations back as if you're the one saying it. I'm feeding you the lines, and try to get the lines right, unless it's really, really uncomfortable for you and not as long as it's not accurate. If it's not accurate, then change it or ignore it. But if it's like brings up a feeling, try to keep the words, mirror your partner's words, mirror them out loud. That's part of it. Being a mirror, just receiving them exactly as you hear them. Okay. In this moment, I'm in practice with my collaborator. Mirror that. This could be a good learning experience for me. The exercise involves making peace with my past. This is me thinking about my past and noticing how I feel. This is me taking a breath into my body as I practice noticing my past. This is me allowing my mind to receive whatever thoughts or memories that come to it. I know that was a little long. I know that whatever happened in my past, those memories exist. I also know that I could choose how I want to see those memories. All of the good of my past and all of the bad of my past, I can allow myself to feel a leaving of all of it. This is me experiencing a leaving as if I was standing on the beach and watching the ocean. This is me breathing into that moment of leaving. I know that there is value from my past. With all the good things and all the bad things, I can begin to understand its value. I don't have to know what that value is right now. I don't have to have all of the answers right now. What I do know is I could look at all of my past and begin to wonder about the value that it's giving me. This is me letting my mind focusing on that value. This is me focusing on wondering what that value can be. This is a good moment for me. This is good practice for me. There's nothing I could do wrong right now. In this moment, I'm creating myself. In this moment, I'm moving the whole story forward. By focusing on the value of my past, I see a more expansive viewpoint. By focusing on the value of my past, I connect to larger forces that help me. Perhaps I'm being helped by this exercise. Perhaps I could notice the good energy that my collaborator wants to give to me. Maybe this energy will reveal more to me. Maybe this value is bigger than I've allowed myself to imagine. Maybe this value is something I could notice. Maybe this value has a feeling. I can experience gratitude for this feeling of value. I could practice myself into a knowing where I created value out of all of my past. Where it makes sense to me, where it's all still alive, where it gives me energy, and I feel a sense of peace and self-creation within. Thank you for listening. Take a breath. Just kind of feel. We went on a little journey. You could go back and do it again, maybe. I tried to make it general enough so you could follow this progression and still sort of stay with what I would imagine you're wanting as I gave each affirmation kind of a following its path towards more, towards value, towards bigger vision, towards self-creation, and allowing your mind to move in those bigger ways and giving me the chance to experience that by collaborating with you with the mirroring practice. So please leave comments. Let me know how you thought. Likes, subscribes, all that engagement is fantastic. Check the description section and consider trying a intro session with me. It's very easy. I'm setting up all my websites and everything, so it might be a little bit tricky getting to me right now, but you'll see links in there, or you could just go to Instagram and send me a DM at Healing Momentum, and I can explain to you what it's like just to go through 30 minutes with me and get a sense of mirroring with me in ways that are focused right on you, helping you to be elevated and awakened and uplifted about thinking, communication, relationships, emotional energy, and the flow of your life, and big things at work as well in terms of those topics of thinking, communicating, relationship, environment, all of that, because mirroring applies there for leaders. You guys are wonderful. I appreciate you for watching this and sharing our videos, and always remember to keep it moving. Thank you, everyone. Have a good day.